Great year, and Gerard Healy to miss the ones that he's missed to date, it really is surprising.
Well, we'll go back to the football while Bobby looks up the record of Healy. And the ball with the Riders, who got it out to Glendinning, got it out to Phil Cracker. Phil Cracker going goalward, that's through. Good goal, kicked by Phil Cracker, his second goal. So North Melbourne back in business now. 6 goals 5 to 5 goals 8. 5-8-38 the Melbourne score, and North Melbourne move on to 6 goals 5-41. The time clock 14 minutes into the second quarter. North Melbourne supporters out there, their North Melbourne colours fluttering behind the Northern goal after Phil Cracker kicked his second goal. Nice piece of roving, good teamwork by the North Melbourne team there. North Melbourne lead for the first time in the game by 3 points.
Jack, if you'd like to know the statewide cup goal kickers and the under-19 goal kickers, I can give you those, but I can't find the seniors in the record.
Back to Abernathy, it goes high. Up toward Glendinning, who's bumped aside, and good football there by Zantuck to get the ball down to O'Sullivan, who quickly puts it on the boot and drives it down toward Illingworth. Thumped away by Tanner, and then Tanner having a handful of trouble there with Illingworth this afternoon. I think Bobby's found what he's been looking for in the VFL record.
Yes, Jack, I found it amongst the KB Lager. And so it's Gerard Healy with 54 goals before today, so 55 on the board, which makes him number 4 in the league.
Well, it's back to Cracker, who's kicked 2, going for Melbourne Blight. Good, beautiful pass.
Oh, that's football at its best, Jack.
Put the ball out to let Blight move into it. It was good football. No one else could get to it. The flight of the ball was so low. And Blight should top it off here.
Good play by Kelly also, Jack, to give that across to Phil Cracker.
Melbourne Blight goal. North Melbourne move away. He has kicked 3 goals now from the full forward position. And at nearly the 16-minute mark of the second quarter, the scores you see read 7-5-47 to 5-8-38. So 12 shots to 13 shots, but North Melbourne in front.
Well, Jack, there have been people who have made the suggestion that Phil Cracker on screen at the present moment is not the same player without brother Jimmy. Well, brother Jim is not out there today, and Phil Cracker has been magnificent.
Yes, he's done well. And if you go back to last Tuesday night's game, the Escort Championship, Bob, he didn't do much at all in that game.
That was his first game back, Jack, after 3 weeks out with suspension, as he tried to tap it to Kelly, was knocked back to Abernathy. Abernathy's kick out wide, and we find Holt at North Melbourne, beating Seddon for it. Holt swings onto the left foot. Dummies well. Oh, beautiful piece of football by Holt as he goes towards goal. It's across the face. Glendinning takes the mark right on the boundary line, getting a number of leads, but he's ignoring them all. The umpire coming across to indicate that the mark is not far from the behind post. So Ross Glendinning, Turco and Bridus in the foreground, but Glendinning going to have the shot at goal.
Be a great shot if he kicks it, I'll tell you that. Oh, what a goal! He was nearly over the boundary line, and his teammates couldn't have had a great deal of confidence in it because it was a difficult shot indeed. You saw him hold it in the shape of a banana kick, and he's put it through for North Melbourne's 8th goal. So it's 8-5 playing 5-8. The score's reversed on the scoreboard, and North Melbourne enjoying now 53 points to their credit and 38 to Melbourne.
So Ross Glendinning kicking his first goal for the centre bounce. There it is, 53 to 38. So the last 10 minutes of play, Jack, have certainly been North Melbourne's. Thump back. McCann gets attacked, taken by Batterston. Batterston's high floating kick, Holden in the front position, bundled out of the way. Elshaw comes in, gathers it in beautifully, gets a hand pass out wide to Flower. Flower, unusual for Flower, couldn't quite handle it cleanly. Doug Smith of North Melbourne gains possession, can't tap it clear, and then we find Croswell coming on the scene, but the umpire decided that they'd all had a chance, and it's time for a bounce.
In the forward pocket for Melbourne, only 25 metres out from their goal, and Melbourne trailing by 15 points to North Melbourne. Elshaw a chance. No, the umpire sounded the whistle. Will be a free kick to Jackson. Elshaw was about to have a snap toward goal, but now Jackson has a chance to kick his second goal from only 25 metres out. On a bit of an angle. It's not a dead in front, not by any means. The angle will be fairly acute, really. But Jackson has kicked a lot of goals. Puts it up. He may have missed this one, the way the goal umpire moved across. No, he has got it. And the umpire moved right across to the right-hand side, but then indicated that the kick was true. So North Melbourne 8-5-53, and the Melbourne score showing 6-8-44 There's only 9 points in this game here at the Arden Street ground, and the time clock is approaching the 24-minute mark of the second quarter here on Sevens Big League. Been an entertaining game, Bob. Early in the first quarter, I thought Melbourne were going to run away from North, but North have taken the bit and are now coming back to grab the lead.
It's a 9-point lead that they hold at the present moment. Mark Jackson kicking his second goal. A very reliable kick for goal, Mark. Dempsey got the tap down, and McLean penalises. He came in for that one. So Gary Dempsey with a kick right in the centre of the ground.
Having a great day is Dempsey, putting the ball up high. Bridus has a chance to take the mark, and not much opposition there. And Arnold Bridus, the angle you see, the distance would be out around about 45 metres. So Arnold Bridus has kicked a lot of goals in his day.
Not the most reliable kick at times, Jeff.
Well, he used to be a very accurate kick for goal. He used the drop punt. Maybe this may test his ability with the drop punt, but could just about get it.
Kicks the match on that.
It was a good goal. Good goal. Kicked by Arnold Bridus. 45 metres, I called it, and it just got in, so he's done what he had to do with it. North Melbourne 9-5-59, Melbourne 6-8-44.
It could be called percentage football by Arnold Bridus. 1 kick, 1 goal.
Well, that's not bad, is it? 1 kick for 1 goal. Maybe if he gets 3 or 4 kicks, he won't get 3 or 4 goals. Who knows what will happen? But he was, years ago, Bob, a very reliable kick for goal.
So from the bounce, Dempsey. Not a clear tap. In fact, I thought that McLean actually got the tap out. It comes towards Cully. He can't get the ball clear. We find eventually Abernathy trying to break through. Can't do so. And the umpire having no option but to bounce the ball.
North Melbourne leading by 15 points as we approach the 20.5-minute mark of the second quarter on Sevens Big League. The game at Arden Street between Melbourne and North Melbourne, or North Melbourne is the right way to put it.
Holt of North Melbourne leads in the race for the ball. There's a push in the back, held, whatever you like. And so John Holt now up in the half-forward flank with Gridus going to the forward pocket. Holt towards centre half-forward. Glendenning up high. 2 attempts to mark, couldn't do so. Phil Cracker there. So taken away there by O'Brien. He gathers the ball in well. Did extremely well to get that ball away from defence. And O'Brien puts the ball out towards half-forward. Ellingworth up high. And Tanner was tripped. Full play on though. Flower comes on the scene. Dummies one way, then the other. And so Robert Flower now drives the ball towards centre half-forward. McCann in position to mark, does exactly that.
Very fine mark, that by McCann. Strong mark, strong hands on that occasion. The kick from McCann up high toward Glendenning. Oh, good mark over the top to young McLean. Glenn McLean taking a fine mark. Plays on quickly to Flower, giving him the ball on the wing position. He now drives up toward Jackson. Healy will do the roving. The ball comes to Wilson. Wilson taps it out to Elshaw, snap toward goal. Not very close, really. It's just sneaking in for a point. So he couldn't get the ball round far enough, but only one behind resulting from that shot at goal. And it's Melbourne off target with 6-9-45 and North Melbourne 9-5-59. 14 points in favour of the home team, North Melbourne, and David Dench bringing the ball toward Dempsey.
The form that Dempsey's in at the moment, any wonder they're looking for him all the time, as we'll find Turco and Batterston. Similar types of players. And so Mario Turco gives the ball back to umpire Tony Bryant. The bounce to take place very close to the point of the centre square, about 65 metres out from the Melbourne goal.
Ruckman in there, young McLean, and Dempsey got the tap taken by Kelly over to Tanner. Could be intercepted by Wilson. Tanner has possession. The umpire says play on as he was tackled. Comes out to Ellingworth. He can't get rid of it. He was tackled too hard. And it will be a free kick going the way of Ellingworth of Melbourne from their half-forward flank position, or a position that's nearly up to centre wing, really. So he'll have to be looking for someone further downfield. Healy or Jackson will come over the top. A little bit of shepherding going down there, the umpire said, and will be a free kick to Gary Dempsey.
So Dempsey in the last line of defence. A high floating drop, punting towards the centre, looking for Glendenning. Punched away by Ick. Knocked on by O'Donnell, but it goes straight to the opposition in Holden. He swings onto the left foot, goes around towards the wing where Schimmelbusch is there, drops the mark, has time to recover, gets around O'Donnell, puts a hand pass over the top towards Atkins, on now to Keith Gregg. Gregg having time to have the bounce. Now as he steadies, he goes for the short pass. Straight to Melbourne's Peter Giles.
I thought Keith Gregg would have had a shot at goal there because he's a good kick, but the ball taken away here by Dixon of Melbourne, going out wide. He finds his teammate too.
O'Donnell, Kelly O'Donnell. Comes up towards centre wing, puts the kick towards half forward. Dempsey in position to mark. Another nice mark by Gary Dempsey.
Gary Dempsey's having a great day here at North Melbourne, going short now. He's gone out to the wing position where he's found a teammate, and the teammate was Holden, who kicked the ball up high to the half forward zone. Glendenning can't take the mark. It's on the turf. Shot out quickly by McLean, taken by Zantuck. He goes down, a beautiful pass downfield. That was a glorious pass down to the wing position,
where Healy has taken it and plays on straight away. Screws the ball back towards centre half forward. Xavier Tanner this time, with Ellingworth having his hands full with Dempsey. His opponent, Xavier Tanner, takes a timely mark.
Up to the wing position. McLean, no, couldn't take the mark. It's on the turf. In the back against Glendenning. The umpire said play on. The ball out there with Schimmelbusch. Picking up, left footing it into the half-forward zone. Is going to bounce badly for all concerned. Well taken by O'Sullivan. Hand passing back to Giles. Giles back to the centre wing position. Ick backing back into the pack to try and upset the pack. Didn't do a bad job of it either. Schimmelbusch putting the ball around. Now wins out. Abernathy it is with the ball on centre wing. In toward the half-forward zone. Kelly sets himself. The ball thumped away. Phil Crackers, long hand pass. A chance for Bridus. Maybe he will kick 2 goals from 2 kicks. He has a shot toward goal and put it through. So percentage football, as Bobby said before. Arnold Bridus getting 1 kick for his first goal. Now his second kick for his second goal. North Melbourne lead by 20 points. Seems completely cool in a crisis, and he seemed to do things that other fellas try but could never accomplish.
No clear tap taken by O'Brien. He puts the ball down towards centre half forward. Kicked off the ground by Holden. McCann comes on the scene. Swings onto the left foot. A long kick from McCann. Great with both feet, Stephen McCann. Of course, he doesn't kick with them at the same time, Jack. You know what happens there. So Ick gets the ball back towards Elshaw. Elshaw across to Zantuck. Zantuck to Ick. Ick on again towards the centre to O'Donnell. Phil Cracker still going after him, but well, good piece of shepherding there by McLean. Allows the ball to go up towards Healy, and a nice mark taken by Gerard Healy.
Well, Gerard Healy's been off target, as we've told you earlier, kicking 1 goal 4 so far in the game, and by the way, that time is nearly 26 minutes into the second quarter, which we're watching on Seven's Big League. By the time he takes his kick, the 26-minute mark will have gone by. Healy off target with 1 goal 4, so he'll be well aware of that fact, of course. This one off target too. He does get there, it'll only be a behind. Jackson appealing for the mark, but the umpire said it was through for a behind. That was touch and go. It was right on the line, so the umpire was in good position to adjudicate on that. So Healy now has the total of 1-5 to his credit. From the full back position, Dench gave it to Dempsey.
McCann up high, thumps it over the top. McCann well down the ground at that stage, knocked on by Holt, picked up by Tanner, who's able to have 1 bounce, steadies and goes for the short pass across the top. Offline though, it almost picked up there by Dixon, taken by Seddon. Seddon's kick out wide towards centre wing, where we see Wayne Schimmelbusch coming across, gets a bad bounce, comes back towards O'Donnell. O'Donnell screws the ball over the shoulder towards centre wing. It's Greg up high, thumps the ball away from Wilson, comes out towards his teammate in Smith. Smith right on the boundary line, and smothered off the boot by Robert Flower. Goes over the boundary line for a throw-in to take place on centre wing, outer side of the ground.
As we approach the half-time siren, North Melbourne on 65, Melbourne on 46. So there's 19 points the difference in favour of the home team. And Dempsey doing well out there. Got the tap down to Schimmelbusch. He moved it on quickly, taken by Holden. He moves the ball up to Phil Cracker. Takes a bounce. Maybe he's taken too long. Got a hand pass working out. Looked like Abernathy out there, moving the ball in toward Bridus. Yes, the Bridus mark should be paid, I think. So he will possibly, Bob, kick 3 goals from 3 kicks. This is his 3rd kick for the day. He's kicked 2 goals. And every chance of his 3rd goal coming up from this shot, which is only 15 metres out from goal, if that. And the angle you can see with that shot in front of you. So Arnold Bridus trying to increase North Melbourne's lead.
Bridus puts it forward. The goal umpire hardly moves and indicates that Arnold Bridus has now kicked 3 goals from 3 kicks. And that is 3, not 3.
Yeah, 3. 1, 2, 3 is the next number. 11-5, 71, 6-10, 46. So North Melbourne taking a firm grip on this game. North Melbourne a quarter time only being 3 goals 2. So they've kicked 8 goals 3 for this quarter, which is a great quarter of football. And Melbourne, on the other hand, have kicked 3 goals 4.
Dempsey and McLean. Neither player a clear knock, but look at the second knock from Dempsey. Right up towards the centre half forward position. A bad bounce for O'Sullivan. He tackles well against Holt, though. There should be a free kick to Melbourne, and that is the way the umpire says it. Dixon of Melbourne coming out. Gives the long hand pass out wide to Elshaw. Elshaw having time to have a couple of bounces. Schimmelbusch not going up towards him, and so Elshaw is now able to eventually come up and give a hand pass to O'Donnell, who has time to go for the short pass. A well-placed kick goes straight to Gerard Healy, who has the opportunity of either making it 2 goals 5 or 1 goal 6.
Well, that's assuming he'll score. He's way off target today, sitting 4th on the goal-kicking list for 1982. You wouldn't think so, the way he's been shooting for goal. Of course, that is getting to him. I will back that in, because 1 goal 5 he has so far. Oh, shocking kick. Nowhere near the goals. Jackson up high, but Dempsey to take them back.
Dempsey hand passes on straight away to Holden. Holden from the back pocket gets the lead from Kelly, and Kelly takes a nice mark. Under a bit of pressure from Johnson, 2 former Western Australians.
Yes, he didn't get it easy on that occasion, Phil Kelly. Phil Kelly, one of the disappointments in North Melbourne's Escort Grand Final last Tuesday night. Ball tapped out toward Batterston. Turco and Batterston doing battle, but the man in white will win out, and the umpire indicates it's out of bounds. So the time clock showing we're nearly 30 minutes into the second quarter. Can't be many to go. It might be about 31-minute quarter, though, with a number of goals kicked. Dempsey tapped it out, but straight to Wilson. Wilson gets it moving down to the half-forward zone for Melbourne. I see Glenn Denning at the half-back position now, taken by Holden. He screws it back toward Atkins. Neither player can take the mark. Been forced out now toward Atkins by Kelly with a hand pass. Diving attempt by Holt, not paid. Taken away here by O'Sullivan, who's moving the ball now toward the full-forward zone. Taking plenty of time to get balanced. Healy is the target. Yep, the hands and can't take the mark. Past O'Donnell it travels. And it's Schimmelbusch being tackled, losing possession. Well backed up on that occasion by Nimmo, who took a hit too high, and now he plays on from the half-back position. No, not allowed to.
He was going to let him go, Jack.
Yes, he was, but he was in front of the mark. He now will play on with a hand pass to Dempsey. He was behind the mark on that occasion. The umpire said he has to kick over the mark.
The umpire hadn't called the end of time off, Jack.
Right, that's fair enough. So Nimmo does get it working up toward Dempsey. He's got sticky fingers.
More than sticky fingers, Jack. He's got his own ball out there, I think. It's Kelly, after taking that hand pass from Dempsey, right us up high, couldn't take the mark. The loose one comes out, kicked off the ground by Seddon. Well trapped by Turco, gets it up towards Holt. Holt now onto the left foot, goes towards goal. It could be a nice goal by Holt. It's right through. A lovely kick by John Holt for his first goal.
And there's the siren to end the second quarter. The first half has left us now at the Arden Street ground, and North Melbourne coming right back into the game with a great second quarter in which they kicked 9 goals 3. So they are 12-5, 77 to Melbourne, 6-10, 46.
Bob Skilton, Jack.
North Melbourne struggling early against Melbourne and having to produce highlight football to get in front. Brightest off the ground and Phil Cracker for North Melbourne. Glenn Denning, hand pass to Cracker. Bounces the ball, streaks away, drives in towards goal. Cracker now with the hand pass. Down to Brightest.
Maybe he will kick 2 goals from 2 kicks. He had a shot toward goal and put it through.
Brightest with a big leap here.
Couldn't take the mark. The loose one comes out, kicked off the ground.
Turco will take the ball.
Gets it up towards Holt. Holt now
snaps it across to Holt. And Holt with his left foot kick brings up full points. Dempsey, a powerhouse in the ruck all day for North Melbourne. Down to Cracker.
Cracker got it out, and we see Atkins
gets it to Abernathy, then to Atkins, down to McCann.
It's a goal, kicked by McCann.
Jacko asking the Melbourne cheer squad for a cheer.
Trying to contain his exuberance. They're just let go for a moment.
Oh, it's a Melbourne cheer squad down there, Bob, or the Melbourne supporters.
David Dent's not very impressed with all that business. The Cracker shows that it does help. Jacko takes the ball, gets it across to Wilson.
Coming up as Wilson puts it right through the centre. Melbourne really on fire at the moment.
Could have nearly been penalised too.
Healy with hand pass to Batterson. Then to O'Donnell.
He still goes in after it, got it out of the pack. Another chance for O'Donnell, who shoots a goal. And it would be a Melbourne goal coming up from the boot of Kelly O'Donnell. Dempsey.
But North Melbourne showing good team play again. Dempsey down from the ruck once more to Smith, to Cracker, to Gregg, to Turco, to Brightest, to goal.
Down towards
puts the ball down, looking for Jackson.
You see here Jackson in front holding his ground and takes it one-handed. We see both arms locked.